You were made for more. Awaken the life within. Introduction. Have you ever felt an invisible gap between the life you live and the life you were meant to live? It might be the most important signal you've ever received. What if that quiet restlessness inside you isn't a problem, but the universe's way of waking you up to your true potential? Imagine that discomfort you feel isn't here to defeat you, but to guide you toward a richer, fuller existence. Are you ready to listen? Have you ever paused and asked yourself, is this really how life was meant to feel? Perhaps somewhere along the journey, you drifted away from the person you envisioned becoming. From the outside, it might appear as though you have it all figured out, you're ticking all the right boxes. Yet within, there's a lingering emptiness, a persistent whisper telling you that you were destined for more. You're far from alone in feeling this way. Countless individuals silently carry this emotional weight, an invisible burden that's exhausting and difficult to put into words. It's not simply sadness or stress, it's something deeper. It's that haunting realization that you're caught in a cycle of existence doing what's expected, but not what truly ignites your spirit. You find yourself stuck in a lane you were never meant to stay in, while your true self longs to carve an entirely new road. Faced with such discomfort, most people try to drown it out. They bury themselves in distractions, chase after shallow accomplishments, and consume endless noise, hoping to silence the internal unrest. But here's the truth, this feeling doesn't fade. It grows louder with time because you were never meant to live a life of quiet resignation. If your life feels misaligned, it's because it isn't. That's not a reason to despair. It's a wake-up call. Your unease is not a punishment. It's a compass, urgently pointing you toward transformation. Not the superficial kind, but the profound, soul-shifting change that reshapes your habits, mindset, relationships, priorities, and ultimately, your entire existence. You weren't born to coast or to blend into the background. You were created for expansion, for significance, for making a real impact. You were meant to rise above the ordinary, to shed outdated identities, and to grow into a more powerful and authentic version of yourself. But make no mistake, one of this happens by accident. Transformation demands intention, and it refuses to wait for the perfect moment. Change begins the moment you decide to stop living on autopilot and start designing your life with bold, conscious choices. It starts when you reclaim your power, take ownership of your future, and say with absolute conviction, enough. I am ready to rewrite my story. Are you creating a life worth living, or merely reacting to the life handed to you? Are you building a future that excites your soul, or just drifting by? The answer is in your hands. Nobody is coming to rescue you, but then again, nobody can stop you either. The journey to your highest self starts now, and it starts with you. At some point, you must draw a line in the sand and declare, enough is enough. I'm ready to take back my life and rewrite my story. It's time to ask yourself a powerful question. Are you intentionally creating your life, or are you simply reacting to it? Are you constructing something deeply meaningful, or just surviving day to day? Here's the raw truth. No one is coming to save you, but equally important, no one can stand in your way either. You already have everything you need within you, clarity and courage. Today is the day to cut through all the distractions and dive straight into the 10 powerful ways you can begin transforming your life for the better. First, take full and unwavering responsibility for everything in your life. Real improvement begins the moment you stop leaning on excuses. When you embrace the reality that your actions, reactions, habits, and mindset are entirely your responsibility, you unlock access to true personal power. Although you can't control every event that occurs, you always control how you respond to it. Victim thinking whispers, "This happened to me." Ownership proclaims, "This happened, but I decide what happens next." Life isn't about perfect conditions, it's about making powerful, intentional choices, no matter what. The moment you choose responsibility is the moment you start reclaiming your destiny. Ask yourself, am I blaming others for where I am? Or am I taking full ownership and steering my life in the direction I desire? Second, elevate the people you surround yourself with. The individuals closest to you have an immense influence on the person you are becoming. If your environment is filled with those who settle, gossip, and avoid growth, their stagnant energy inevitably seeps into your mindset. But when you place yourself among dreamers, doers, and high achievers who hold themselves to a greater standard, your own energy naturally rises to meet theirs. Growth sometimes requires making tough choices, letting go of connections that keep you stagnant, and moving toward relationships that inspire and challenge you. Be mindful. Energy is contagious. Make sure you're catching the kind that propels you forward, not the kind that holds you back. Reflect honestly. Are the people in my life elevating me or anchoring me? Third, master your mornings with intention and discipline. How you begin your day sets the entire tone for how you live your life. If your mornings are chaotic, reactive, and unplanned, that same disarray will ripple through your day. But if you intentionally design your mornings with movement, reflection, learning, and clear goal setting, you create a foundation of peace, momentum, and power. Wake up earlier. Move your body to energize yourself. Feed your mind with inspiration. Journal your thoughts. Set crystal clear intentions before the world demands your energy. A strong morning routine isn't just a small habit. It's the core structure that can help you weather any storm with confidence and grace. Ask yourself, are my mornings building the life I dream of, or are they keeping me tied to the life I'm trying to leave behind? Fourth, learn to say no without guilt. Every time you say yes, you are spending something precious, your time, your energy, your attention. If you're saying yes to everything, eventually you will burn out, ending up with a life cluttered by obligations rather than one led by purpose. True growth requires firm, respectful boundaries. You must create space for deep focus, thoughtful reflection, and strategic action. Saying no isn't selfish. It's an essential act of self-care and future building. Think about it. What distractions am I saying yes to that are costing me the future I claim to desire? To truly build a life that aligns with your highest potential, you must protect your time and your path fiercely. That means learning to say no, not just occasionally, but consistently and without guilt. Every time you say yes to a distraction, a misaligned commitment, or an energy-draining relationship, you are silently saying no to your future. Protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's essential. You owe no one an explanation for choosing to prioritize your purpose. Ask yourself with brutal honesty, what am I continuously agreeing to that is slowly costing me the future I dream about? Next, you must create sacred time for deep, focused work, because the world is engineered to steal your attention 100 different ways every day. True breakthroughs, real success, and personal transformation do not happen in chaos. They happen in the silence, in those precious moments where you shut out the noise, eliminate all distractions, and go all in on the mission that matters most. Even dedicating just one protected hour each day can change everything. Put away your phone. Close unnecessary tabs. Train your mind to stay locked into a single task. Focus isn't just a valuable skill anymore, it's a genuine superpower in a world flooded with constant distractions. Reflect for a moment. When was the last time you were fully present, deeply focused, and entirely committed to doing just one thing with all your heart? But deep focus alone isn't enough. You also need discipline, not just fleeting motivation. Motivation can be a wonderful spark to get you moving, but it is fickle. It comes and goes, tied to the unpredictable tides of your emotions. One day you feel inspired, the next, you feel empty. Discipline, however, is the steady force that keeps you moving forward long after motivation fades. Building a meaningful life is not about chasing bursts of excitement. It's about constructing systems, habits, and daily rituals that do not depend on how you feel in the moment. Discipline means doing the necessary work even when you are tired, frustrated, or uncertain. It's about showing up every single day, brick by brick, knowing that slow progress still builds empires. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight. It is the compound effect of countless small actions carried out consistently over time. Ask yourself now, am I relying on temporary motivation to create my future, Or am I cultivating the unshakable discipline that will carry me through no matter what? And finally, remember this crucial truth. Your energy is your most precious asset. Everything you accomplish, every decision you make, and every action you take requires energy. Yet energy is not infinite hates, a finite resource that can be drained faster than you realize if you are not vigilant. Every interaction, every piece of content you consume, every environment you step into either fuels you or depletes you. Without even noticing, you can find yourself exhausted, uninspired, and disconnected simply because you allowed the wrong influences into your space. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you must become ruthlessly intentional about protecting your energy. It's not just about managing time, it's about managing your vitality, your focus, your emotional clarity. Guard it like your life depends on it, because in truth, it does. The environments you immerse yourself in have a profound influence on your energy levels. Some people, without even meaning to, can slowly drain your vitality, leaving you feeling exhausted, uninspired, and disconnected from your true potential. And once your energy is depleted, even the simplest tasks feel overwhelming and productivity plummets. That's why it's absolutely essential to be intentional about the places you spend your time and the company you keep. Protect your energy as fiercely as you would guard your most priceless possession, because in reality, it is. Set firm boundaries with people who drain your spirit. Distance yourself from environments that lower your vibration and dim your inner light. Instead, focus on building habits and routines that replenish and recharge you daily. Prioritize getting enough sleep, nourishing your body with wholesome food, moving your body through regular exercise, and finding time to meditate and reflect. Protect your mind with the same vigilance, because what you allow into your mental space profoundly affects your emotional and physical energy. When you become deeply aware of where your energy goes, and who or what depletes it, you will find yourself becoming significantly more positive, focused, and productive. Ask yourself honestly, what has been stealing my energy lately, and why have I been allowing it to stay in my life unchecked? Along with protecting your energy, you must create a vision so powerful and clear that nothing can shake it. If you don't have a clear direction, you will inevitably get lost every time life gets hard. Challenges and obstacles are inevitable, but when you have a crystal clear vision, it acts like a guiding star, pulling you forward even on your most difficult days. Your vision gives your actions purpose. It becomes the filter through which you make decisions. It fuels your persistence when motivation wavers. Take the time to sit down in silence and truly define your vision. Ask yourself, what do I genuinely want? What kind of life am I striving to build? Don't just think about it, visualize it vividly, write it down in detail, and feel the emotion behind it. The sharper and more emotionally charged your vision, the stronger your actions will be. Reflect. Does my vision ignite a fire inside me powerful enough to keep me moving forward, even when everything inside me feels like giving up? Next, recognize this critical truth. Stop waiting for the perfect time, because it doesn't exist. Waiting for ideal conditions is a seductive lie fueled by fear and hesitation. The reality is that the best time to start was yesterday, the second best time is right now. Begin messy. Begin imperfectly. Begin small if you must, but just begin. Progress comes through movement, not through overthinking. Every successful individual you admire once started before they felt ready. Action brings clarity. Movement builds momentum. Stop planning your dreams into the distant future. Start building them step by step, brick by brick, today. Ask yourself, am I paralyzing my future by waiting for perfection? Or am I bold enough to begin despite my fear? Finally, reflect regularly and adjust quickly to stay aligned with your goals. Life moves at a rapid pace, and if you don't consciously check in with yourself, you'll find yourself drifting far from where you intended to go. Reflection is not about overthinking or doubting yourself. It's about being ruthlessly honest. What's working? What's draining you? Where are you slipping off course? Make it a weekly ritual to sit quietly with these questions. Remember, true growth isn't just about doing more, it's about doing better. Smart growth is rooted in self-awareness and consistent course correction. The environments you immerse yourself in carry a profound and often underestimated influence on your energy, mindset, and overall well-being. Some individuals, even without malicious intent, have the ability to slowly drain your vitality, leaving you feeling mentally exhausted, creatively uninspired, and increasingly disconnected from the vibrant potential within you. And once your energy has been depleted, even the simplest tasks feel monumental, and your ability to be productive diminishes sharply. This is why it becomes absolutely essential to be intentional, ruthlessly intentional about where you spend your time and, most importantly, with whom you share it. You must guard your energy as fiercely as you would your most priceless possession, because in truth, it is your most valuable asset. Set unwavering boundaries with those who sap your spirit. Distance yourself from environments that lower your vibration and dampen your inner fire. Instead, deliberately cultivate habits and daily routines that restore and strengthen you. Prioritize quality sleep. Nourish your body with wholesome, energizing foods. Move your body with purpose through regular exercise. Allow time for meditation, quiet reflection, and practices that fortify your mind. Understand this clearly. The thoughts, conversations, and media you allow into your mental space shape your emotional resilience and your energy levels far more than you realize. As you heighten your awareness of where your energy is spent and more critically, who or what is draining it, you will find yourself becoming increasingly positive, deeply focused, and powerfully productive. Take a moment to reflect honestly. What people, habits, or distractions have been stealthily stealing my energy, and why have I permitted them continued access to my life? In addition to protecting your energy, you must craft a vision so vivid, so compelling, that nothing, not setbacks, not hardships, can shake it. Without a clearly defined destination, you are vulnerable to losing your way the moment life becomes challenging. Struggles and obstacles are inevitable. They are part of the journey. But a crystal-clear vision acts as your North Star, pulling you forward with unyielding force, even on days when everything feels heavy. It offers you purpose behind every action, serves as the filter for every decision, and strengthens your persistence when your motivation inevitably fades. Take the sacred time to sit in stillness and truly define your vision. Ask yourself with courage, what do I deeply desire? What kind of life am I truly committed to building? Don't simply immerse yourself in it. Visualize it with rich, powerful detail. Write it down vividly. Feel the passion and excitement coursing through you as you imagine it becoming reality. Remember, the more emotionally charged and clearly articulated your vision, the more unstoppable your actions will become. Reflect. Does my vision inspire a fire within me fierce enough to carry me through even when my strength feels like it's fading? Just as important, embrace the liberating truth. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It will never come. Waiting for flawless conditions is one of the most seductive and destructive lies your fear can tell you. The best moment to start was yesterday. The next best moment is now. Begin imperfectly. Begin clumsily. Begin even when you are scared or unsure, but simply begin. True progress is born from motion, not from endless planning or hesitation. Every extraordinary person you admire once stepped forward feeling uncertain, yet they moved anyway. Action is what brings clarity. Movement is what builds unstoppable momentum. So stop architecting dreams only in your mind. Start building them in real life, piece by piece, today. Ask yourself, am I holding my future hostage by waiting for ideal circumstances, or am I brave enough to move forward boldly despite the imperfections? And finally, to ensure you stay aligned with your evolving goals, you must make reflection a regular and non-negotiable practice. Life races forward at breathtaking speed, and without conscious check-ins, you can easily find yourself veering far from your intended path. Reflection isn't about indulging in self-doubt or paralyzing over-analysis. It's about fearless honesty. Ask yourself, what's working? What's draining me? Where am I slipping away from my true path? Make it a weekly practice to sit in solitude, evaluate your journey, and adjust quickly where necessary. Because real, sustainable growth isn't merely about doing more rates. about consistently doing better. True progress is born not just from ambition, but from self-awareness, adaptability, and a relentless commitment to refinement.